want to talk to the guy watching this who feels like he's starting from zero, because I was that guy. No money for a new wardrobe, no gym membership, no budget for skincare beyond whatever was cheapest at the pharmacy. Working hours that left me tired without much time to build anything. And I want to be straight with you about something before I actually get into what work. Almost every meaningful improvement I made in that period cost nothing. Not very little, it cost nothing. The things that actually moved the needle were available to me and to you regardless of your financial situation. Here's exactly what they are. The first thing was sleep, and I cannot overstate how much this changed. Free, completely and entirely free. I started going to sleep and waking up at the same time every day, including weekends, which is the part most people skip. I stopped using my phone for the last 30 minutes before bed. I made my room as dark as I could, blackout curtains covering any light sources. I kept the room cool. Within 3 weeks, my skin was noticeably clearer, not from any product, from sleep. My face in the morning had less puffiness. My energy throughout the day was actually there when I needed it rather than disappearing by mid-afternoon. My mood was more stable, which changed how I carried myself, which changed how people responded to me. Sleep is the most consistently underrated glow-up tool available. It's available to literally everyone. Before you spend money on anything else, get this right. The second thing was water, and the results surprised me. I wasn't drinking enough. I guess I was getting maybe 1 liter on most days, less on some. When I started consistently hitting around 2 liters daily, my skin changed in a way that was visible to me within 2 weeks. The dullness reduced, the dry patches around my nose and forehead went away. My face looked more awake in the morning and stayed looking more awake throughout the day. This sounds too simple to be the advice, I know that, but the reality is that dehydration shows in the face before it shows anywhere else. 2 liters a day is free and it works. Here's something nobody says clearly enough about this first two. Fix these before you fix anything else, not because they are easier, but because everything you do on top of a dehydrated, sleep-deprived body works at maybe 30% of its potential. Products sit on a stressed skin differently. Training is harder to recover from. You're building on sand. Fix the foundation. The third thing was bodyweight training, not gym required. I used the floor of my room and a free training structure I found online. Push-ups, dips using a chair, squats, lunges, planks, and a few other movements that require exactly nothing in terms of equipment. 3 sessions per week, each around 30 to 40 minutes. The physical change was real over 2 to 3 months, but it wasn't the most important thing. The most important thing was discipline. Having a physical practice that you show up for consistently, that's hard on some days and you do it anyway. That you maintain when there's no external pressure too. That builds something in you that transfers into everything else. How you talk, how you carry yourself, how you respond to difficulty. The gym doesn't build that. Showing up does, and showing up is free. Fourth thing was fixing my existing wardrobe rather than buying new things. Things that did fit got worn more intentionally in combinations that actually work. What I was left with was a much smaller wardrobe and a much better one. Because every piece in it was doing its job, a small wardrobe of things that fit correctly gives you more usable outfits than a larger wardrobe of things that don't. And it forces you to actually think about what you're putting together instead of defaulting to whatever is familiar. The fifth thing was reading. Libraries are free. I started one book a month. Not self-help specifically, though some of those were in the mix, but books about things I genuinely wanted to understand. Business, psychology, history, physical health. The ideas I was picking up changed how I thought changed how I spoke. The things I was able to contribute to conversations, the questions I asked, the way I framed things, and how I spoke changed how people perceived me in ways that went far beyond appearance. Intelligence and curiosity show in a face, in an expression, in the way someone moves through a conversation. You can develop both of these things with nothing but time and book. The sixth thing was consistency, which is the one that determines whether everything else works.